see up behind us, we're near Port Talbot. There's Mynydd Dinas. Could this be the ancient settlement? Rob's got some good ideas. He's going to take him up there, and if we can still breathe and talk at the top, we'll have a chat about it. Okay, so we're here with Rob at the base of the hill. I'm just going to get a little spin round, just to give an idea. That's the glorious town of Port Talbot, birthplace of great actors such as Anthony Hopkins and Richard Burton, all around here, aren't they?
Michael Sheen.
Michael Sheen, yeah, most importantly, Michael Sheen. If you see us, Michael, get in touch, alright? We've got a job for you. Anyway, come on in, Robert. Will you tell us all about the latest thespian talent from this area?
Right, okay. Well, basically, we've got this hill behind us, and on the map, it's right round here, Mynydd Dinas.
Just to say, this is Fortress Glamorgan from the book Arturius Rex, isn't it?
That's the one.
Or discovered, sorry, yeah.
And what he's saying is, in the last paragraph, the most curious of all these arrangements is in the Aberavon Port Talbot area, where the fort system is quite differently orientated. Whereas the main Arthurian systems based inland with the outer shoreline defences, this small system based on Mynydd Dinas has a shoreline base and other outer forts spread inland in the form of semicircle beachhead. So in other words, it appears that system was one of the people coming ashore and defending themselves from inland attacks, whilst all the other systems are those of a settled nation based inland and then defending itself outwardly along the shores against invasion. So this is the main hub fort, the main one where they would have settled and in the surrounding areas, and then gradually spread inland from there.
This is the theory, isn't it? You've got this idea, which I rather like, that this might be in the first spot. This is where they started the settlement in South Wales.
And from there you can see, you've got the beaches, Aberavon Beach there, and even from that point you can see...
Yeah, because that sea's actually the Severn, isn't it? It's not really...
That's the Severn, that's Swansea right over there. So you would have seen hundreds and hundreds of ships beaching there, probably to get on this highest point that they could have seen from the sea. And then
where they get their toehold before they move out.
And then 1,000 years later you would have seen the ships landing over in Jersey Marine for the Battle of Baden.
Yeah, this is the invasion site, or the invasion route we were talking about, wasn't it? For Baden, yeah. Cool, right.
So now the hiking begins.
Yeah, this is I have to say, this is, as defences go, this is the most formidable hill fort we looked at so far. I think this and Tumbalin, very steep and high. And
Roussaison.
That was easy compared to this. That was a wonder, that was. Yeah. Let's have a go at this one then.
I don't know what percentage.
We've got Tim and Rufus as well. Feeling fit, feeling confident. Here we go.
Tired already?
Tired already, just thinking about it, yeah. Alright, let's go. Right, so if you're looking for your spot, where you start your walk from, Mountain Road leading to Mountain Side. It's just above Junction 40, off the M4. You can still hear the cars in the background. And then this just goes straight up. Have a look at that one.
Because I think Morgan reckons.
So here's what's known as Tartar Steel now. Port Talbot Steelworks. Across the docks. Masters of steel sent around the world at one stage. And there's Aberavon Beach. Most vulnerable invasion route. So in the far distance you can see England, Somerset. Or an arrival point, as Rob's suggesting. First point of call. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Now we've got our choices, Rob. So we're saying this one's a bit easier perhaps, but takes a bit further.
That's the gentle one that goes round.
Long way round.
And then we got this baby.
Or straight up the steps here, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see the steps there. Alright, yeah, we're not, well, it doesn't look that far.
Well, no, after that.
But it never does it? You keep getting these, just to warn people with these Welsh hills, you get the false horizons.
Yeah, well that's
You think that's the top, because you see this bit, you get there, there's a bit and a bit and a bit.
Yeah, well, there's steps after that metal pole you can see up there.
Right.
So,
long way to go yet then, yeah? Quarter of the way up yet?
maybe a third, I don't know.
Great. Again, up again, yeah, we realise how steep this is. If I put the camera level to the ground, it gives you an idea. It's pretty much straight up, it's great. For all you Lord of the Rings fans out there, if you remember the scene in book 3 when Sam and Frodo are climbing that endless stairs to get round the side of Mordor. I think it was Cirith Ungol, I think, which sounds a bit Welsh as well. I'll look into that. This, these have to go around that corner, down, down, down and down. And man, it's keep going up and up. And up and up and up and up and up.
Still going up.
Then there's stairway to heaven. It better be heaven when we get there, Rob. It's a hell of a stairway. Whew. Good effort, Rob. You might, the close side, the key line might notice he's now carrying my bag as well. 2 bags. The one everyone's a tough climb. It's about my limit, I would say. Well, obviously I'm getting fitter all the time. And it's a glorious sight at Port Talbot. It's hardly running at all now. There's just cooling stuff as well as I know, keeping the kilns from cracking. But what I wanted to show really is more of this path, the end of the stairwell. And on the top, we'll see more of it when we get up there, is that there's plenty of room to actually live up there, and the key thing here is Mynydd Dinas. So it's the hill or mountain of the city or citadel. And I hope the camera's picking this up. It definitely seems a sign at least of a wall or some possible building in the past running along there. There's a corner around there and up along here, all the way up. So we are ready to tell for sure or certain. It does seem like every chance of something being up here. It's big enough to settle on the top. This is the key point. And you would certainly know if anyone's coming. You feel a lot safer up here. Wow, amazing. Although hard life for a fisherman. Up and down there every day. I get used to everything, don't you? Even with a coracle on your back. Right, as we start getting up, you realise there's more to go. Oh, there's a lot more up here than I expected. This massive field. Down there you can see what's between walls. Does this go much further, Rob? What do you reckon?
Yes, it stretches back about 1 mile, 2 miles, and probably another half a mile to a mile west as well. So there's a massive area on top for people to live. There's little ditches, you know, out of the wind and rain. So they've got a massive area to live.
Yeah, well, it's a couple of miles across.
And feel safe.
Yeah.
And you can see any ships coming in, any potential threat.
Well, that's right across from England there, you can see, can't you? So
yeah, you've got Somerset there going down to Devon, and then the sort of, you can't quite see Cornwall because it sort of goes down into nothing on the horizon.
Yep.
You certainly would have seen the Anglo-Saxon ships arriving for Baden 1,000 years later.
Anyone raiding really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like I said, the idea of this being the first landing point on the way in as well is, yeah, I like that idea. You settle here, it's a very defendable spot, access to the sea, more people want to start landing.
And they would have seen all this from the ships as they came up the estuary. They must have gone, right, let's get up on top of there.
Let's have a look.
Let's grab that. And
yeah, see if we can live up there, and you can live up here.
Yeah.
Especially with livestock. I'm surprised there's nothing grazing here at the moment. And there's stunning views down the valleys as always in Wales. Right, we really are almost there now, aren't we?
We are. We've just got to scout around on the top area now and see what's about.
That's when you need legless for scouting. I'll make camp. I'll get a brew on. Wow, look at this, we're up on the top. That's sprawling metropolis over there. That's not Atlantic City, that's Swansea, is it?
That's Swansea.
Yeah, spent some of my childhood. And the bit sticking out there will be the all over there, there's the Mumbles, isn't it? Yeah, Mumbles comes all around the bay. What a view! Can't believe I've never been up here before. It's the cricket ground, Haberhaven rugby grounds around there somewhere. Wow, what a view! And there's Steelworks again. What a spot! So what's it like coming up from the Swansea side then, Rob?
Yeah, coming back from the Swansea end, you can see this mountain, it kind of steps down in layers. Like I say, this is the first time we've been up to have a look at this, but you can see there's an area on top. There's a little step down here, and then another one again.
They kind of terraced it, didn't they?
Yeah, it's always been terraced, so they could have been growing stuff, or it could be a slight
Was this minus Tirith?
Was this place?
Layer after layer after layer coming up. Because you got, I just noticed there's yet another layer to go. And those suspicious evergreen trees on the top, you notice?
Yeah.
It's always a bit of a giveaway, it's something dodgy's been hidden on.
By the Amazon.
Is it Rob Works here? There's the Amazon, yes.
Yeah, the Amazon there. There's forts behind Amazon.
There's forts up there as well.
There's little forts there, which I'd explain. And that is Jersey Marine, so that's where the Saxons would have landed.
Yes.
And then gone up through Leith and then over to Baden.
Yes, and we see the invasion route, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it would be a perfect place to land. I mean, you've just got, almost impossible to defend that length of beach. It's like Normandy beach, isn't it? And the curious thing is, the rest of the Welsh coast is pretty much cliffs, almost inaccessible apart from estuaries, whereas this is the one bit. Unless you go all the way around to West Wales or Longbourth or wherever, this is, look at that, the length of this. Look, I'm being blown off the top here, so I'm trying my best with the camera. That's a long, 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 long coastline. Fantastic sight with the wind up now and the waves crashing.
You can imagine fleets of ships coming in here.
What's that area over there then,
The earlier Britons arriving. So Jersey Marine over here, this is Aberavon.
Did you mention Britain Ferry? Is that far?
Britain Ferry's around the corner.
Oh, it's round that corner,
Yeah.
sorry. So what were you thinking about that?
So this is the, what's the river? It's not the Avon, is it? This is the, that's the Leith, the Ned, yeah. This is the Ned, going up there, and Britain Ferry's just around the corner here. Makes you think where Britain Ferry came from, the name.
The name, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what we sorry, just discussing now, the idea they could maybe land here first and then...
Establish a dominant base camp, you know, a defensive stronghold.
This is your first base perhaps. I think it's a Britain Ferry. It is called Britain Ferry to this day, isn't it?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, good spots it. Well, still, we think we're at the top. And here's a bit colder up here. The coats are coming out. There's Arnie under that coat somewhere.
That's the top up there.
Ruth disappearing. We've got our face masks on. This seems the high point up there. This would strike me as a potential citadel, and whenever I see those evergreen trees I'm immediately suspicious. I'd love to know what's up there. That's what I want to see. Can we get up there though? There's this fence all the way across. What do you reckon, that?
Yeah.
There's a gate up there, but we've got to get to the gate, haven't we?
Unless you can climb over the fence here. So.
If we had a small child to throw over, that might do it. Just throw a small child over and see how it goes, yeah?
A bit worried about how that thinking's going on. I
Yeah.
should be worried.
Got to get back is the other tricky bit.
Oh, careful.
Wow, it is spectacular, really, the wind. And this is why you bring your coats, folk. It's a different world up here than at the bottom. It suddenly feels like December, doesn't it?
Yeah, just wearing the coat at the bottom, you get very hot. But yeah.
They're more grateful for it now, yeah. Oh, that's it, face covered, yeah, that's it, good boy. Well, I noticed on I think on Facebook or YouTube, I think it was Facebook, archaeologists of Wales were asking for questions, and they wanted suggestions as well. But this, to me, when you say the place is called Mynydd Dinas, which is the hill or mountain of the city or citadel, and we just walked up, it's a perfect strategic position. There's fields up here, it's got the layers like a citadel. Think of Lord of the Rings, like your Minas Tirith. And at the top, well, what I immediately look for is there's quite an area of interest, to be polite, when suddenly these evergreen trees have been planted on the highest point where there could well be a massive mound, or maybe that's the citadel. And as you can see, once you're up here, you know, you got fields, there could have been houses here, could have been farms here. This could indeed have been a city on the mountain. Why else would it be called that, eh? Why aren't we doing some work in? So if you want some questions, suggestions, there you go, Archaeologists of Wales. Get yourself up here, it's a bit of a climb. There's plenty of volunteers to help you. And let's see what's really at the top of this hill, shall we?
Probably another hill, Ross.
Thanks, Tim. Probably another hill, he says. Yeah, great. I'm just going to have a little lie down now.
Have a bit of that.
Yeah.
When it's nice,
What a view.
you can see everything, you know. You can see the entire English coastline.
Yeah, imagine this on a sunny day, eh? If only we hadn't come in the middle of July. We should have come in the summer, Rob.
Yeah. Well, I was up there on, when was it? Wednesday? No, Thursday.
Oh, that was the sun, wasn't it?
But that was like 7, 8 o'clock in the night, and we had a little bit of sun, and it was stunning. But
This is the best weather for climbing a hill, though, because it's hard work when it's hot,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
When it's hot, this will be a really tough climb in the heat.
You can imagine all these Cymry arriving on those beaches down there.
Yeah, yeah. Flooding ashore. Well, your worst nightmare, you look down, you see an invading army coming or something. You're looking down, here's the kind of fields you got when you get up here.
They go into the town, don't they?
This does look like, you know, as Tim says, it's all been tidied up by farmers, but it definitely seems a habitable place up here. And my guess, possibly a citadel up there, up on where they've inconveniently put it behind some trees now. Yeah, do some ground penetrating stuff to really see what's up there, or look at the old maps. Try and get the 1805 or something before they planted these conifers, Christmas trees, blasted things. Amazingly, it does continue to go up again, doesn't it? But this to me would be like the centre of the citadel, you know, the Dinas, the city. This is your, wow, what a place. If you're the king of this area, you park your camp up here, wouldn't you? And you go, look at this. Woohoo! Look what I can see. And this, you see, you came the other day the other way. There's more fields going down there. This hill is a proper, well, habitable hill, isn't it?
Yeah, and it stretches back at least a mile going back this way as well.
Wow, another mile.
Yeah, so it's a mile or two in, you know, in circumference really.
Yeah.
Or in diameter then.
We were just saying, like these cities in South America are no bigger than this, are they? You Machu Picchu's and all that, I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah. Probably smaller if anything.
Yeah, this is proper. This is a proper area. Right, so you seem to reach the peak, and amazing, this weather's coming in. So please, we do come this way. Remember, bring some big coats. I always favour a hat. If you want to cover yourself up, a jumper. It might be hot at the bottom, but this is mid-July. By the time you come to the top, the weather's coming off the sea, the rain's starting. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's life-threatening, but it really is quite unpleasant if you're up here without the proper clothing. So yeah, I'm not Mr. Health and Safety Fund Police, but just bear that in mind when you come up here. It's all greying over now. There's my another Welsh flag day. I've got to start doing a graphic of a dragon in the middle so you can see what I mean. My hen Welsh flag day. Doesn't help having all that stuff spewing out of Port Talbot, but there you go. Was you sacrifice your economy for a view? So there you go, folks. This is, here we are, the city on the hill. Is that Minas Tirith? Anything to do with that? Is the inspiration? Maybe Tolkien climbed up that long steps and got his ideas. I think it's called Cirith Ongl. And the way around the back of Mordor. Or the terracing that runs down towards Britain Ferry. Maybe that was the inspiration for the multi-tiered city of Minas Tirith. Then we got Rob's theory that we got. This will be an original stepping off point because there's your beaches and your headland. You've landed there. You look up. This is the best place to live. And you put your city up here, up on the levels. Great place to be safe and see everyone coming. Big enough to farm and live and be sustainable up here and grow your city. I think the point that Tim made as well, next door we got Britain Ferry. Maybe that name's more ancient if you want to look into that. Maybe that was the stop-off place, the connection point with the rest of the world. How far it goes back, who knows. Another thing I've just thought of as well, just round the corner, Swansea is known as Copperopolis back in the day. Major world centre for copper. So maybe this has always been an industrial area. Maybe this site here now, we see Port Talbot Steelworks or Tata Steel. has always been the place. And down along the coast where Swansea is, past, they've always produced the bronze there, the brown, the copper. Why ship it out raw when you can make it here and send out finished goods? You got there the tin from Cornwall, which says over that sea across there. And there's, well, you can't see a thing now, of course, but Somerset, not far away to Cornwall. Come straight up the Severn, bring your tin, make your bronze here. Well, this is the industrial heartland. This could be an industrial ancient heartland that maybe goes back 2,000 years. Right, it's getting greyer and greyer by the second. I think we better get back down again. Hope you enjoyed that. And there's lots more coming soon from Britain's Hidden History. So please subscribe. There's a lot more we can do with the channel once we get to 1,000 subscribers. We're almost there. Appreciate everyone's efforts and the materials being sent in. And until the next time, Heddiw! Thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed that and found it informative. Britain's Hidden History Group has so much more going on our YouTube channel. The one you're watching now, there's a live stream, 8 o'clock UK time every Sunday. We speak to people like Wilson and Blackett, reprint their old books and help produce new ones. We go researching to the tops of mountains, all the way down to the bottoms of caves. Busily recording the books, you can listen to them as well, and looking at mysteries and working out what we're not being taught in schools and preserving it, because the physical and written evidence is rapidly disappearing. You can also find out how to read ancient writing and hieroglyphs using the Welsh language. It's amazing. There's a Facebook group where this is being discussed. Along with a website, you can buy the books and help us. Also, as you can see, there's now a Patreon page where just a few pounds a month will make all the difference in trying to keep the project going and preserve this history for future generations, and also to find out for ourselves what is going on, what is Britain's hidden history. So until the next time, Heddiw!